Hello students, I am Vinita. Today we will do the address from Snapshot class 11. Before starting the chapter, I would like to tell you something about World War II. It was a global war that lasted from 1939 to 45. It was the deadliest conflict in human history. During World War II, the Germans, that is the Nazis under Hitler, invaded Holland where 90% of the people were Jews. Many of the Jews fled in fear to other countries because Hitler did not like Jews. That is why they were asked to evacuate the place. Thousands were imprisoned in concentration camps and used as labor or for medical experiments unto death. The most devastating aspects of this war were the Holocaust and the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You must have heard about it. Often mass shootouts took lives. Some were sent to extermination camps by freight, that is the cargo train, to be killed in the now infamous gas chambers. You can see the pictures of World War II, miserable condition of the people in concentration camps. Now let's talk about the author, Margot Minko. She is a Dutch journalist and writer. Her real surname was Menko, but an official accidentally switched the first vowel, so it became Menko. Margot Minko is the pen name of Sarah Menko. Real name is Sarah Menko. She was born on 31st March 1920 at Ginneken, Bevel, Netherlands. Her age is now 100 years. Her spouse's name is Lambertus Hendrikus Voiten. He was also a writer. She has two children, Jessica Voiten and Betty Voiten. She is the only member of the family to have survived the Second World War. Thus, her stories often revolve around the existential problems often faced by the survivors. All her family members were deported to concentration camps, none returned. You can imagine the condition of the author. Often, survivors of the Holocaust experience their lives as meaningless because they have suffered a lot, they have hidden themselves, and their family members have died. You can say by coincidences they have survived, rest of their family members have been murdered or died because of the inhuman conditions there. Background of the story. The address by Marco Minko throws light on a multitude of human emotion. You can see a lot of human emotions. It gives an account of the chaos which follows war. War gives happiness to none. Everyone suffers after war. So you can say that it is an account of the chaos. We see what it does to humans and their behavior. Their behavior changes. You can feel the pain, grief, and mental torture the survivors of war have to go through. The address is a story relating to the prosecution of the Dutch Jews during the Second World War. Now, the theme of this story. The address by Marco Minko revolves around the theme of crisis that we as an individual encounter in our daily life. It happens with us also. When you'll go through the story, it will be more clear. War brings destruction, pain, and loss of lives which impact humans in various ways. So many human beings are affected by the wars. However, this story unfolds to its reader the disruption caused in the narrator and her mother's lives due to war, the problems which were created due to war. If you go in a deeper level, then it is also about memories, those that are worth remembering and those worth forgetting. So all the memories, we cannot keep it with ourselves for always, because many a time there are memories which gives you pain. So it is better to forget those memories. That is also been given in the story. There are four main characters in the story: the narrator, Mrs. S, mother of the narrator, Mrs. Darling, an acquaintance of the narrator's mother, a person whom she knew. Mrs. S knew Mrs. Darling and she trusted her. A girl of 15, daughter of Mrs. Darling. So, four characters. I'll give a little introduction of the story. The story is about the human predicament that follows the pre-war and post-war period. So it is, you can say, the difficult situation or the difficulties which one faces before the war and after the war. Mrs. S, who was a Jew, was a rich lady. She was a rich lady having a lot of possessions, whereas Mrs. Darling was a non-Jewish. The girl daughter of Mrs. S had lost her house and her mother during the war, and now she had decided to come back to take her possessions from Mrs. Darling. So she decided that she'll go back to the house of Mrs. Darling, who's having all the things of Mrs. S. An acquaintance whose address 46 Marconi Street. This is address is very important because the whole story revolves around it. Was given by her mother years ago. So she still remembers the address which was given by her mother. When she reached the house, the woman treated her with a cold reception. She did not welcome her and she did not even let her inside the house. This hurt the narrator badly. And she decided to go back. Then she met her daughter. Then second time she again planned to go there, and at that time she met the daughter, who let her in and told her to wait inside. So finally she entered the house when Mrs. Darling was not there. When she saw all the possessions in front of her, when she saw all the things which she had seen in her childhood in her own house, when they all came in front of her, she couldn't connect with them because now they were at different position. Now they were kept in a different atmosphere, you can say. So she decided to leave the house and leave those positions forever. There are few values which are highlighted in these stories. If you talk about wars, everyone knows that wars harm everyone. And in this story also, it has been beautifully delineates the pain, anguish, and mental torture of the survivors of war. And one amongst them is the narrator. Unethical behavior, the unethical behavior done by Mrs. Darling. The narrator, a Jew, returned back to her native city after the war was over. She had already suffered many losses, including the, you can say, the irreparable loss of her mother. After the war, she faced the loneliness and challenges alone. And now, when she went to Mrs. Darling to ask for the possessions or the things which her mother owned, Mrs. Darling, cold, indifferent, and discouraging behavior depressed her badly, and she refused to recognize her and ask her to come again. So, not only this, Mrs. Darling's, she also refused that she couldn't meet her or couldn't attend her at that moment and ask her to come again later. So, you can say dignity and respect of the narrator has been badly hampered, and that is why she was hurt and anguished and she returned back. There are a few contrasting elements of Mrs. S and Mrs. Darling. Mrs. S, you can say, she's the mother of the author, as you know. She was a lady of simplicity. She didn't seem to have seen the harsh and cruel side of his two-faced world. So she had never met such kind of people, you can say. She could easily befriend people and rather more easily trust them. So that was a mistake, you can say. She used to easily trust people. That's why she trusted Mrs. Darling also, and who was just an acquaintance of her. She did not know her properly. She was not a relative. She was not a friend. Only she knew her somehow and allowed her to keep all the precious belongings of the time being for the time being. So, moreover, she was so kind-hearted that she even felt bad for her. You can say sympathetic for her when she was alone carrying all those heavy articles. So she was having a soft corner for her, and she never thought that these things will be stolen or taken away by Mrs. Darling forever. In contrast, if you talk about Mrs. Darling, she was an absolute thief, a unique combination of cunningness and betrayal, you can say. She cheated Mrs. S and seized her very precious belongings. Very wittingly, she took all the things. She can be called a perfectionist in this act of hers. So you can feel the difference that how these two ladies were in opposite to each other in their behavior, nature. That's all for today. Thank you, children. Later, I'll explain you the chapter line by line in the next video.